Yeah. Give y'all a little brief intro, man. Back at it with y'all off the cuff radio. King Eric in the building. What's happening with y'all on this lovely Thursday going on Friday night, man? What up, Eric? What's good, Spirit Wonder? It's the Don Mega's birthday. Tomorrow is Machiavelli. Yes, sir, man. Two icons born on two different days of the same back-to-back. Ice Cube and Tupac Shakur. But for the day, I wanted to give it to Ice Cube because, man, Ice Cube, one of my favorite rappers, man. One of my favorite ever musicians to do it, man. One of the best to ever do it, man. So it's only right to salute these guys on their birthdays instead of their death days. You know what I'm saying? This is where we at with the culture nowadays, is that we always saluting our legends when they gone, but we never give them their flowers when they hit. So I was doing it like, you know what? It's Ice Cube's birthday, man. Ice Cube's catalog is so deep. He put in line for hip hop, man. He stood his ground when the government was coming after him. Then he rebranded himself to Cuba Vision. He rebranded himself to Hollywood. Tried to help black people get a leg up in politics, but they ignored him. So salute to Ice Cube, man. This what this video was all about, man. What are your favorite Ice Cube albums? Ice Cube was one of the few people that had one of the best runs in history. Ain't that something? Cube and MC Ren have birthdays next to each other. Ren and Pac have the same birthday. Ain't that ironic? And they Geminis too. But man, let's talk about it, yo. Ice Cube's run, man. Ice Cube's run was one of the best I've seen. I don't recall any rapper that had a run like his. I'm talking about nigga had Grand Slam after Grand Slam after Grand Slam after Grand Slam. 5 straight banging classic albums. First one, if you count NWA, 6. Straight Outta Compton, America's Most, Death Certificate, The Predator, Lethal Injection, Bow Down, 6 straight joints. 6 straight joints. Every time Ice Cube would drop an album, you knew something was gonna be special. Ice Cube and Nas are my favorite MCs. Yeah, man, Ice Cube, Nas, and Tupac, and Scarface, and I think my top 5 is tough. I got at first I might have X up there. Then I switched it to DMX. Then I switched it to Ghostface. Then I switched it to it switches. That 5th slot switches a lot for me. But talk about Ice Cube. That man had a run like you never seen. He ain't have no sophomore jinx. Laugh now, cry later. Death Certificate, War and Peace. A lot of people didn't like War and Peace because you know what happened. Cube, he started getting more into Hollywood then. Like people was expecting that militant shit, but you got to realize this, that times were changing. He couldn't have Khalid Muhammad banging on them albums in 1998, 1999. Because you see around hip-hop was changing. 1998, 1999, niggas was balling. Niggas was over there popping Chris, buying Big Willie watches. Master P was balling out. Everybody was balling. Everybody was trying to get away from the angry form of the culture because at that time it was a somber moment. Within 3 years, we lost Eazy-E, Tupac, and Biggie within 3 years. 3 big impactful losses to the culture. So 1998, everybody was like, yo, let's just have fun. Let's live this up. You might not get it again, you know? And that was a reflection of that time. And War and Peace has some dope joints. Ask About Me, Pushing Weight, Dr. Frankenstein. My favorite was Ghetto Vet. Another favorite that I have up there was Curse of Money. Curse of Money was deep to me. Curse of Money was one of my favorite songs that Cube actually did. Because he really got deep into the meaning behind how money could make people switch up. It has a real deep hidden concept behind money. How it's the root of all evil. Oh, Push Away with a club here, but forget that. Ain't a rapper. Ghetto Vet, yes sir. Pushing Weight was dope. I like Pushing Weight. Pushing Weight, Dr. Frankenstein, uh, War and Peace, the ghetto vet. Um, there's another one he had. Three Strikes. Y'all, you remember the song Three Strikes? Where he compared the three strikes to a game of baseball. I think he got that from Main Source, but it was dope. And Mr. Short Chop was dope. I don't know what happened to him. I think Cube was the next in line to put him on, but he just disappeared off the map. Then he put out War and Peace 2. I didn't really like War and Peace 2, but see, he really had his foot full in the Hollywood by then. So he wasn't angry anymore. He had some cool songs like, the Hello joint. I love the joint he did with Crazy Bone. That is my joint right there. Until We Witch. Oh man, that brought me to a happier time in my life. I wish I could play it here, but you know how YouTube is. I don't want this to flag my channel. So Until We Rich, there was a few songs up there that I like. I can't really remember them, but War and Peace 2 was really a kind of a disappointment to me. But Hello was my shit though. Hello was the joint. Had us teasing that an NWA reunion was coming, but it wasn't going to work without Easy. It wasn't going to work without Easy at all. But another thing too, I did a video about this months ago. I think about last year with the Lethal Injection album. For some reason, a lot of people didn't like that album. I love that album. I love that album. Yeah, War and Peace was more toned down. 24 More Hours. Hello. That's where that song was. 24 More Hours. I like that one. Rolling All Day. Rolling All Day was another song I like up there. Rolling All Day was my joint. But he was definitely toned down. He was in Hollywood by then. He was totally in 2 steps into Hollywood. And that's fine. Because he gave us some dope stuff anyway. Then he came back, I think years later, with the West Side Connection. Because we wanted one. With the terrorist threats. That was a hit. That was a sick album right there. Just too bad that him and Mac fell out. And they haven't really did any music since. But everybody talks about America's Most and Death Certificate. But Lethal Injection had some joints. Lethal Injection had Ghetto Bird, You Know How We Do It, Really Though, Lil Ass G, Enemy. Enemy was one of the hardest songs Ice Cube ever did. He was saying some wild shit up there. He said he killed more crackers than Bosnia. Shoot. I said, yo, Cube was really going in with the militant frame right there. When I Get to Heaven, after War and Peace, he ain't put out an album for 6 years. Yeah, because the game was changing. He was making more bread and doing Hollywood. He was making more money in the Hollywood game. But the West Side Connection album was dope. The West Side, When I Get to Heaven, Lethal Inject, Open My Eyes on Social Spirit Consciousness. Yeah, man, because nobody really got in debt with spirituality like Cube did at that time. And then everybody else started really tapping into more spirituality. Only song I can recall that was like that was Scarface, Now I Feel You, and he really got into that within his third verse of that song. But this song here tackled that issue about white Jesus and who the black man should be praying to. Who's his true God? It's real deep like that. Then he had Cave B on there. He was going at white women. I said, yo, can you imagine this album coming out today? Oh my God. I like the second West Side Connection album too. I did too. Because see, that album there, they was more so attacking the industry. The first album, they were attacking more rappers that had a coastal bias that they felt. And one thing for sure, another thing that's cold about Ice Cube, man got one of the coldest diss records of all time, No Vaseline. Nigga tore up a whole crew. No Vaseline and King of the Hill. Even though Cube was wrong. People say they don't like when he started making club hits, but it was for the Players Club soundtrack. He had to evolve. See, you know what I'm saying? See, I kind of fell in that lane at first too because we were so used to Cube being that hood reporter. You know what I'm saying? We were so used to seeing Cube being the hood reporter, but I noticed the change after Lethal Injection. He started becoming more gangster rap-ish type. He wasn't really reporting anymore. He was more like banging. He was more like banging. Yeah, he got around the West Side Connection, changed his whole flow. If anything, you notice this. And Tupac may have been reaching to a point, but he was right in some regards. You could hear some of Pac's influence on some of them songs on the West Side Connection album. You could hear it on Gangsters Make the World Go Round. You could hear it on The Gangster, the Killer, and the Drug Dealer. He rapped like Pac on some of them songs. You could tell by with his flow, he was influenced. I think that's what Tupac was getting at when he said, yo, that nigga listened to Bow Down. He listened to Hit Him Up and change the way he rapped. I kind of believe that. How I'm with Master P was a book remaking the Houdini. I like that song. I like that song. Yeah, he had to evolve, man, because you know he couldn't keep kicking the militant rhymes no more, because people weren't trying to hear it no more. He took Pac style for sure. Yeah, listen to it. Listen to it, man. Listen to Gangsta Make the World Go Round. And listen to I think The Gangster, the Killer, and the Dope Dealer. That's the song. The Gangster, the Killer, and the Dope Dealer. He started rapping like Pac up there. A lot of them niggas started taking Pac style. And they say he was paranoid, but then you start really studying this shit like I do, then you really start seeing what I'm talking about. Yeah, that whole flow. Q never rapped like that. But at the same time, that West Side Connect album was hard. Them niggas was mad at the world, man. They were banging on everybody. Everybody got it on that album. Queen Latifah got dissed. Cypress Hill got dissed. New York City got dissed. Niggas, man, everybody was catching. Common got dissed. They ain't care if you was a social commentary rapper. They ain't care if you was a peaceful rapper. You said the West name in blood. You getting it, nigga. They didn't care at all. Sin Dog even got it. The nigga won't even on the song. Sure. What about We Be Clubbing when Cube and the JD and like Pac in the beginning of the Machiavelli album? Somebody actually made a good argument about that, but I'm thinking they both were influenced by George Clinton. Because George Clinton had that, yay, yay. They both were influenced by George Clinton. So I think they both got it from George Clinton. Yeah, man. George Clinton was influential on everybody. He the father of G-Funk pretty much. He probably eating off them Dr. Dre Chronic royalties now. But yeah, you got a good point about that. Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah, they both were influenced by George Clinton on that, man. Because George Clinton was influential to the G-Funk sound. But yeah, but overall, man, that's a good point though. But another thing about the West Side Connect album, man, everybody got it. Just like I said, female rappers, male rappers, conscious rappers. Q-Tip got diss. I'm like, what Q-Tip do? That nigga, he don't diss nobody. He got it. Dub C went at his neck. I said, God dang. Nobody was safe on that album. But let's be honest, the song Ghetto Bird was Q version of the Chronic. That's a fact. That's a fact right there. The Chronic changed the landscape of how the music was made. Cube had to keep up with the times. He was slowly doing that because, you know, if you listen to the Predator album, he was rapping like DOS Effects on some of them joints. Even on the last song, Say Hi to the Bad Guy, he was really rapping like DOS Effects. So he was kind of like trying to keep up with the new sounds and trends. And he did that with that too on here with the Chronic. That's a good mention. That do sound like something that was from the Chronic. But that ended up being one of Ice Cube's best songs. But what was up? So now we going back here. I'm gonna tell you another favorite from the Predator. The Predator album was cold, man. I just wish him and Muggs would did more work together, man. I just hate that they fell out like that. That falling out was serious, man. That's why when you got different sectors and gangs involved, the Mexican mafia getting involved almost, they ain't do no work together since. But I think it was a mutual respect. I think the only song on Cube and Be Real did was the Shaq joint. I think it was the Man of Steel joint. But other than that, they ain't did no work since. And it was sad to me, man, because Muggs and Cube had a great chemistry, man. They produced some of his hardest joints on there. Now I Gotta Wet You. That's one of my favorites. Muggs and Sir Jinx and big shout to my homeboy Chili Chill. They gave Cube their hardest shit. They gave Cube their hardest joint. And the Bomb Squad. The Bomb Squad, of course, that everybody could play to contribute to Ice Cube having his sound. But yeah, man. But yeah, big birthday shout out to Ice Cube. I had to make sure this thing wasn't skipping because I don't know. I know my Wi-Fi is a little bad right now. It's a little bad right now. So that's why if I'm looking at the camera, I'm looking still. I'm just making sure I'm still on. But I'm on now, so I'm good. But going back to what's going on with the culture right now, man. Bootsy's locked up. I'm telling y'all, man, notice this. All these niggas going on Vlad TV getting locked up and doing football numbers. He ain't even getting out. They denied him bail today. He got denied bail today. So they must got something serious on here. I'm like, man, y'all keep going on Vlad. Y'all keep going up there dry snitching. Y'all keep going up there telling yourselves this is the results. We've been saying that. I've been saying this about Vlad for 14 years. Doggy Diamond said the same thing. Y'all niggas want clout so bad, y'all keep going up there. And look at you. Same thing with Casanova. Casanova, he over said, look, I ain't repping the gang no more. I'm trying to go home. All these dudes getting locked up going on that show, man. It's crazy to me, man. Our people are so clout driven. You know what I'm saying? Our people are so clout hungry. It's disgusting. That's why now, I'm changing gears for me. I'm changing topics before I go back to Ice Cube. Because, sometimes I want to talk about the same thing over and over. But, I just want to enjoy and shoot with y'all some things. That's why now, you look on the Billboard charts, according to what they say, there's no hip-hop songs up there. Now, why is that? Why are there no hip-hop songs up there? Because at the end of the day, hip-hop itself stripped itself from black culture and it became soul. They started selling itself, stripping every element of what made hip-hop was, representing pure blackness, representing the struggle. These niggas ain't representing nothing, man. It turned into bag worshiping culture. And when things turn into bag worshiping culture, there's no substance in it. There's no soul in it. That's why this shit ain't charting like it is. You know what I mean? It ain't charting. You'll hear it for a couple weeks, then it's out of here. It's fast food music. And plus, the music has been so devalued by streaming that you could download somebody's whole catalog within a click of a button. It devalued and cheapened the brand of music, of catalogs. And it got to the point where you can forget about an album after a week because something else is coming. Something else is coming. You don't have time to really digest it because you got something else coming after that. So, I'm going to tell you this. I'm happy that it's like that. The game needs a revamping. Hip-hop needs a revamping. Cause even look at 1992, all the dope albums that came out then. We didn't care about Billboard. We didn't care about that shit. We only thing cared about was the source. We cared about the source. We cared about our writers. We cared about Rap City. We cared about. We didn't give a damn what the Rolling Stone was. I kind of blame 50 Cent for that shit in a way because when he said, fuck the source, I'm on the cover Rolling Stone, that kind of killed the source right there. That's killed the source right there when he did that. Even though Benzino did what he did with the source, 50 saying that alone killed the source. Cause that made the source not look like nothing compared to Rolling Stone. And now everybody was like, damn man, the Rolling Stones is it. But they got themselves to blame for that though, man, because Benzino started that shit. He started hating on Eminem and them out of the blue. And yet in reality, he was giving Eminem praise. So he kind of started that, but 50 saying that ended the source to me. Because nobody give a fuck about the source. I never owned not one source issue. I think Ice-T did too. I think Ice-T shitted on the source and went on Rolling Stone because I think they dissed him. Yeah, 50 ran to Benzino when Murder Inc. stabbed him and said, F the source. Yeah. Yeah. So Benzino did that to himself, man. He did that to himself. But we didn't really care for though. We didn't really care for the MTV Awards. We only cared for the Source Awards and the Soul Train Awards. Now, we only care about MTV Awards now. Even though MTV is obsolete now, we only cared about that. We didn't care about BET. Then you start seeing the big time artists only showing up to white shows. That's where it really started. So now we're catering to Billboard now. When in reality, Billboard had to come to us. After the 90s, after SoundScan, that's where we started catering to the Billboards. So this is what just needed to happen. I used to collect Source magazines in the 2000s. Yeah, I got some around here somewhere. But we have to call a spade though. See, Benzino messed that up, going to war with Shady, going to war with Interscope, and he ain't have a cushion to fall back on. That nigga spent up millions of dollars on ad pages going at Eminem and 50 Cent. And ain't really mean a hill of beans. He tried to use that shit to prop his career up, and it didn't work. Especially when you put the dude on your magazine. You put him on the cover of the Source. You gave him 4 mics. But now all of a sudden, you get into your feelings, and then he's Elvis all of a sudden. And Eminem was like, yo, I don't even know what he's talking about. F Billboard in the editor. Here come the prep. That's why Ice Cube was one of my favorite rappers. That's why. We ain't care about that shit. Ice Cube stood for what we felt. Shit, let me tell y'all something, man. I used to think Ice Cube, Dr. Dre, and Snoop Dogg were the most dangerous niggas to ever touch a microphone. I kid you not. I used to think Dr. Dre, Eminem. I mean, not Dr. Dre, Eminem, but Dr. Dre and Cube and Snoop. I used to think they were the most gangsterous motherfuckers to walk this planet, yo. Everything them niggas said, I believe, yo. When Snoop dropped Murder Was the Case, the next thing you know, a nigga ended up dead on his watch, I said, this nigga Snoop really what he all about? Shit. Dr. Dre coming up there. Who's the man with the master plan? A nigga with a motherfucking gun. I believed it. I was younger. Keep in mind I was young though, but I believed it. I was like, damn, these niggas going hard. He had Ice Cube. Ice Cube was scaring the shit out of everybody. The Source used to deliver as Double XL and Interscope, more sufficient Jimmy Iovine heavy. That's true. West Coast wouldn't exist without Ice Cube. That's a fact. Ice Cube, man. The Don Mega. The Don Mega, man. It's his birthday. Tupac MC Ren birthday. But Tupac birthday tomorrow. It's the Geminis, man. Didn't Big have a birthday? When Biggie birthday? I think Biggie had a birthday recently. Cause they all Geminis. Yeah, Big had a birthday recently. It was May 21st. Yeah. Big and Pac was gonna get along after all that shit, cause they both Geminis. Yep, Biggie birthday. Yep. Yeah, they weren't gonna get along. Even after Hear the Book. That shit won't go. That was it. Whatever respect level they had was gone. Havoc, Mobb Deep. Yeah, I posted about Havoc. Yeah, I posted about Havoc. Hold on 1 second. You know what's wild to me though? Crazy thing about this anniversary? I'm gonna tell y'all this. Prodigy died June 20th of 2017. 4 years ago, I'll probably be 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 20. Probably about 5 years since Prodigy passed away. 18, 19, 21. 6 years. Be 6 years. Yeah, it'd be about 6 years. I know this is out of top, but you robbed both Ice Cube probably. That's crazy to me. Yeah. That's why they didn't get along. That's why they didn't get along, man, because they all Geminis. Prodigy birthday November 2nd. Yeah. But he died on the 20th. Prodigy died on the 20th. But it's interesting though. It's an interesting dynamic, man. I did this video just so we know we could celebrate our legends like we here. Like Cube, he had a run that we're never gonna really see. Like that man dropped like 5 straight banging classic albums. A lot of rappers hit the sophomore jinx after that second. Snoop hit the sophomore jinx. Nas hit the sophomore jinx, even though It Was Written was good. Then it wasn't appreciated later on. But Snoop hit the sophomore jinx. Nas hit the sophomore jinx. Jay-Z hit the sophomore jinx. Well, the rapper hit the sophomore jinx. Hold on 1 second. I want to look that up. Who else hit that sophomore jinx? I'm looking it up now. Because I know Snoop did. Oh, man, what's the name of it? Some people got lucky, and it elevated them. Hold on, I'm looking for it. I'm looking for the sophomore jinx. Hold on 1 second. Damn, what's the name of it? Where is it? Y'all name me some dudes you think hit that sophomore jinx. But my brain is fried. I think did LL hit that sophomore jinx? Nah, LL didn't. If anything, a lot of rappers didn't hit the sophomore jinx, but there was very few. Damn, I ain't gonna be able to find none right now. My brain is fried. My brain is fried from looking for all that information, man. I just did a radio show. Did a radio joint. Then I did another visual. And I'm still on the live with y'all. That's how much I love y'all, man. He definitely hit the sophomore dream. His first was trash, though, to go second platinum. Who? Was it, you said A. Chingley? You gotta pardon me, man. My eyes is a little bit. You gotta pardon me a little bit. Chingy, okay. I was like Chingley. I never heard of that nigga. I was about to start Googling him. Like I never seen this nigga before. A Chingley? I never heard of him. Yeah, but Jay-Z hit it, Nas hit it, Snoop did it, Chingy hit the sophomore jinx. Yeah, okay. I was like, A Chingley. I was like, who the hell is that? Oh, Raekwon hit that sophomore jinx heavy when he dropped B. Marberty. That nigga lost his mind. Thought he could drop a dope album without Ghost and RZA. You out your mind, homeboy. See, that was Chef's ego talking to him. See, he had other people in his circle gassing him up. Yo, you don't need RZA. You don't need Ghost. Drop that album. That shit sucked, man. And it got even worse when he dropped the Lex Diamond Story. That was the worst Wu album I heard. Next to 8 Diagrams. I was like, Ray, swallow your pride and go back with RZA, man. Y'all got to get this together, man. I bought the Lex Diamonds album and I took it back the same day. That's how bad it was. Oh, I hate that. I'm the one. What the hell happened to that? What happened was Raekwon got big. His ego got to him in a way because he was like, I could do an album. I don't need RZA. I don't even need Ghost. I could just do it on my own. And RZA like, okay, do it. And it blew up in his face. Now, it has some good songs up there. I love Sneakers. With Pete Rock, I love the joint that he did. I think it was Rounds. With Raekwon, it had Mayweather and Zab Judah in the video. I forgot the name of it, but that was up there. It had about 3 songs that I like. That's like YG without Mustard. Ain't the same. Exactly. YG messed up too. Trying to do an album without Mustard. You crazy, homie. But Chef messed up. He dropped the ball with that one. I understand. Sneakers was the joint. Pete Rock put his stank on it. Pause. He put a stank on that thing. That's one of my favorite Pete Rock beats. I actually use that for a lot of our radio shows. That's one of my favorite all-time instrumentals. But man, that album was a letdown. Especially when he had people waiting for 5 years. 95, 96, 97, 98, 99, and you put that out? Come on, man. Come on, Ray. Ghostface be easy and dope Pete. Yeah. Yeah, man. Pete Rock he's one of the best to do it, even though he could be weird at times, but he's one of the best to do it. But yeah, man, that sophomore jinx ain't no joke, man. And Ice Cube, going back to the topic, Cube beat it. Came out with an even harder album, Death Certificate. Now, what I liked about Ice Cube music is Ice Cube, he was an artist that told different layers of stories. How many rappers you know had a song called Look What's Burning, which talked about STDs and stuff? He had a song called Don't Trust Them, talking about the dating game in 1992. See, everybody put on a character of being Super Mac or being Goldie Mac or being Tony Montana, and they be that character through the whole joint. But see, Cube was able to put different stories out there to make people think the pros and the cons of this stuff. A lot of these rappers today, they both like, yeah, I smashed about 50 hoes twice on Sunday. With no balance. Cube gave you the game. That's why Tupac said best, man, the game is in the music. The game was what raised a lot of rappers. They raised a lot of men. Kane, Cube, Kool G Rap, Ice-T, Slick Rick, KRS, Chuck, they were teaching. Us is the real eye-opener. It goes in depth what the artistry is about. It's about killing your ego. He was so ahead of his time, he was tackling an issue that still pertained today. Horny Little Devil, that was one of the hardest songs he ever did, man. I'm surprised myself they even let him in the circle to put that out. He went in on the saltines with that one. Straight up. True to the Game, one of my favorites too, when he talked about rappers selling out and stuff. But what people don't know is Hammer actually called him out for that fade though. He called Ice Cube out for the fade after that. See, one thing about Hammer, man, Hammer ain't soft. Every black person need to hear Us by Ice Cube. All we care about is hairstyles and tennis shoes. Mm-hmm. Yes, sir. But you know what's crazy about the death certificate was how he how he structured it. How he structured it. See, everybody was waiting until No Vaseline came. We didn't know what No Vaseline was. Everybody was like, when is he gonna talk this? When is he gonna talk about NWA? He saved the best for last and served them niggas up. Ice Cube and the West Side do you song. Do you like criminals? They were dissing Tupac on that song. I gotta check the lyrics of that. Hold on. Hold on 1 second. It's been a while since I heard the album, so that's why I'm going back. I gotta check on some. Do you got some lines of that? I gotta look at it. Hold on 1 second. Okay. Okay. He got straight to it here. He said, say ho, I got way more dick than them niggas riding your Lexos. No more punk ass Versace gear. Just a nigga with triple 1Bs in his beard. Ooh. That could be a diss. Like you got a nigga resembling Donnie Simpson. Hmm. I gotta analyze that. Outlaw rolling down the Shaw. There's a lot of references there. That's interesting. I never knew that. Colorblind what with Dub C, Coolio, JD, Cam, and King T talking about the game banging that was going on in LA. I love Dub C and Coolio part. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. One of my favorites up there too. I like Bird in Hand. Bird in Hand was one of my favorites as well. He said blacks too fucking broke to be Republican. Shoot, my introduction to that song Bird in Hand was in Boys in the Hood. When they pulled up on Trey and dude had the shotgun pull, that's what they was playing. But yeah, man, that was a special album right there because that was a reflection of the times. And that's what I missed about rappers really being the voice for the people. These niggas ain't voices for the people, man. They ain't really speaking for the people. They only worship the bag. Another thing, too. I want to ask this before I go because I'm getting sleepy. Where is the niggas that's putting it down? Hold on. Where's the niggas that's putting it down with that fight the power energy at? I want to see a new Dead Prez coming out here. A new Public Enemy out here. I want to hear some energy going against... Nobody's even talking about inflation. Nobody's talking about crime. Nobody's talking about none of this shit that's happening out here. Black people ain't in a sweeter position than they were in the 90s. Where are the niggas that's speaking for us? I can't rap, so I'm like, where y'all at? Who was in your top 5 favorite West Coast rappers? Oh, man, that's tough. Of course, I got Cube. I got Cube up there. Shit. You really caught me on that one. You really caught me on that one. Are we talking about generation or just in general? What about the Higher song from the Higher Learning Sound? Forgot about that song. Very underrated song. That was one of my favorites from Cube. That was one of my favorites from him. That haunting beat. Man. He was dropping some game up in that song. He was dropping some game up on that song. People, that's a very underrated cut from him. But man, that West Coast list changes, man. I got a bunch of favorite rappers. I'm talking Snoop. I'm talking Kendrick. I'm talking Quick, 8. I don't really have a top 5 because it varies. It changes up, you know? It changes up every day. I can't really put a solid top 5 right now. But I will tell you two that can stick on the list. Ras Kass, definitely. Ras Kass, one of the best to ever do it. I want to put Corrupt up there, but Corrupt is from Philly. But would they consider him? Would you consider Corrupt a West Coast rapper? Because he been repping West Coast more. Like, I'm gonna ask y'all, would you guys consider Corrupt a West Coast rapper? Got Spice One, Crooked. Um, who else? I like Murs. Tupac number one. See, my thing is this. See, people don't want to base off certain lists because a lot of these guys are transplants. They from different parts of the world. They won't consider Tupac a West Coast rapper, even though he repped it. If he was considered a West Coast rapper, I'd definitely have him in the top 5. Now you dissing Corrupt when he put the smash down. No, I ain't dissing Corrupt. No, I ain't dissing Corrupt. I was just trying to say if Corrupt would be if he's from Philly, will he be considered a West Coast rapper? Because if he's considered a West Coast rapper, I'll put him up there. But see, a lot of people don't claim him as a West Coast rapper. Okay. Because, of course, you know the whack 100s of the world, they'll say that, oh, he ain't really West Coast. He raps it, so he is. He live out there. What are you talking about? So definitely, I'll put Corrupt in that top 5 there. I consider him West Coast. He lived out there most of his life, so he's West Coast. Give a damn what whack 100 say. he ain't the damn gatekeeper. Corrupt is West Coast. Fuck all what he talk about. And big shout out to the Enemy too, man. We had a dope interview with him. Actually, this was funny though. I'm gonna tell you this before I leave. Corrupt actually called Screwball Radio where we had day one up there last month. Corrupt was high out of his mind, man, but he had a ball with us, man. He enjoyed the show. He stayed on for about a good 15 minutes and then went back to his session. But that was a beautiful thing. That was a beautiful thing. Big shout out to Corrupt for calling up and representing. I had him and Black Poet from Screwball. East meet West. Only your boy could put that together. On the line together. Hopefully we can get a collab soon. I'm being the middleman to making that happen. We get Black Poet and Corrupt Young Gotti up there. That's what we talking about. Tupac MC New York was a high school name, not official rap name. Yeah. Some people see they go by they gotta be originally born from the West, but I'm like, look. We ain't thinking about all that shit. He repped the West Coast. He lived out there. So he's West Coast. To me, he is. To you, he is. If that's the case, then New York can't claim DJ Premier. Even though a lot of DJ Premier's music is New York based. He's from Texas. New York niggas can't claim him then. Right? If you want to take it there, you can't have Premier. Premier belong to the South. Now, y'all sure you want to? I'm not talking about y'all, but they sure they want to go there? Only West Coast, East Coast hate me. Yeah, they jealous of him because Tupac had the best of both worlds. Tupac had Hollywood, and mostly had the most gorgeous women. That's what the root of the jealousy is all about. Pac had the group, he had women from the music industry and Hollywood. And plus, Tupac had that crossover charismatic appeal. He was like he up there with the elite. I'm talking about with the Frank Sinatra of them niggas. He ain't up there with just your average rap legend. He's up there with Sinatra and James Dean and Cagney and all them. Like, he's that iconic right now. He had remains of the East Coast show certain ways to show he want to be a thug. Dudes in LA did one little do shorty. That's the New York thing. See? Spice wanted from Texas. Yeah. You mean look. The Texas got Spice One if they want to be technical. People want to play the game. Ice-T from Jersey. Okay. Them niggas don't want to play. But see, I'm like, look, if we playing draft, y'all ain't claiming Premier. The what? You can't claim Premier if that's the case, because the Premier from Texas. Ice-T from Jersey, yeah. But Ice-T, see, Ice-T lived there. He lived in what, L.A. most of his life, so he's West Coast. See, people want to pick and choose. You can't do it. Can't do it. Because you want to get people born and raised in California, it's going to be a limited list. Shit, it's going to be a limited list. Just keep it like it is. But let's be too short from LA. See? They don't want to do it. Oakland can't claim them then if that's the case. Oh man. But yeah, they can't. I'm like, look, y'all can't claim. I'm not talking about you guys, but you can't change the rules for stripping for different stroke. Waka Flocka born for Queen. Y'all niggas ain't claiming Flocka. Why y'all ain't claiming Flocka? He claim, at least he reps it. Nah, he ain't hip hop. We rather take Premier. But Premier from Texas. Why y'all don't want Flocka? Flocka from Queens. He repping Queens even though he live in Atlanta and rap like an Atlanta nigga. Shit. Nah, niggas be picking and choosing out here, yo. He's not hip hop. We'd rather just take Premier. Nah, you gotta take Flocka. The OC is from Texas. See? Uh-oh. Texas, man. Texas might leapfrog LA. I mean, y'all want to take the technical game? Like, look. Y'all better start taking, it ain't about where you're from, it's where you at. Y'all better use that argument, because you using where you're originally from. Man, I'll tear Whack 100 up in an argument. Then he'll want to fight me if he want to be there. I'm like, okay, if LA the best side, then half the niggas ain't even from LA. What you got, Mr. Pyru? Shoot, they all from different places. Man, I'll tear Whack 100 up in an argument, man. But I'm not the type to go up in there like that. I ain't trying to do it no clubhouse or a bunch of damn groupies and Whack 100 followers, man. You gotta have a sad life that be a Whack 100 groupie. Like, straight up. I don't want to be associated with niggas like that, man. I'm like, I won't even sign up the clubhouse. I will never do it. Now, Preem being from Texas is new for me. Mike Watts better chop and screw some gangsta. Shit, you better chop them Guru verses up, nigga. Put some respect on it. Put some respect on it. Nigga, you better chop and screw Mass Appeal. It might sound good. Exactly. He ain't even from LA. He talking for LA. Man, you don't sit your midget ass down. He always in other people's business, man. He's sitting there today on OK Asara's business. I'm like, man, don't your own artist got shit going on? Blueface out there beating this chick up. You ain't doing nothing about that. And we know about Game, so you don't want to take it there. You got this dude stay buttoning everybody's business, man. Like he the shot caller, he the gatekeeper over there. Like he don't hold no weight like that out there. He just a loud mouth. Jocelyn caught more phase than him in a month. He ain't no gatekeeper. He ain't no gatekeeper. He from California, but he ain't from LA. Cause see, that was the problem. He was talking for LA. White one can't claim my sin. He'll do nothing for a savvy third. I forgot. Man, I was like, them niggas ain't doing nothing. 100 Entertainment ain't cooking, man. That's why, in a way, he had to find a way to monetize himself. Well, who's popping in 100 Entertainment? That nigga got a lot of mouth for somebody that got a failing roster. Like, seriously, Ray J, Game, he's done. What's that nigga name? Savvy Third and True Carter? Who they? I ain't never heard of them niggas. Blueface, he out of here. At least when Suge Knight was running it, that nigga had a legit roster to talk shit. That nigga was going platinum with everything. Soundtracks, B-side singles, albums was charting, Snoop was charting, Dre was charting, the B-side singles was charting. Everything Suge touched went to platinum. What this nigga Whack 100 boasting about, man? He ain't no Suge Knight, man. One thing about Suge Knight was out there getting busy. He would beat niggas up, and he was getting the beats himself. We ain't heard Mr. 100 out there getting the beat, and we ain't talking about that stage fight that he set up and shit. Like, come on, man. It's crazy to me. We live in a weird space right now. We live in a weird space right now. Yes, the industry be hating on Pac. That's mainly what that's all about. But we live in a weird space right now, for real. Another thing I want to chime in on real quick before I go is I want to give a big salute to the Home Depot girl. Home Depot girl for standing her ground and not letting these weird niggas try to bait her into bullshit. For those who don't know, there was this cute girl that took a picture and she worked at Home Depot and all these, and she just went viral. You had thirsty ass Shaq coming in her DMs. You had academics, goofy ass talk about some. Oh, she need to do her OnlyFans page. She need to do an OnlyFans page. She need to go ahead and maximize and get this bag. Check it out. This is academics. And you know the cute girl up there on Home Depot, she need to go ahead and get this bag. She need to go ahead and monetize this shit. Because you monetize it, you get those numbers, you get that OnlyFans, and she coming out with the bag. You know that goofy shit. The girl ain't even asked for all that. Then you got all these civil wars going on within the internet universe about this thing. And the only one thing I notice about celebrity culture, and this pertains with black people, it causes a wedge, man. Like, it causes a straight civil war in these streets. Not in the streets, but in the damn internet world. That's why I had to unplug today. You know what I mean? That's why I had to unplug today. Because I was like, this shit too much for me. If you notice, I haven't really posted too much because this shit ain't inspiring to me, man. Because, a lot of the news that's being covered within hip-hop culture is not really great news. It's either gender divide or it's either niggas going to jail. All this stuff, man. Bud, she messed up the bag exposing Shaq. She would have been low-key messing with a producer or baller right now. Honestly, she probably didn't expect all that, honestly. And in a way, if anything, the way Shaq acting is just weird anyway. Shaq is a weird nigga. Like, he's a weird nigga, man. One of the best players to ever do it, but as a character, he's a weird nigga, man. That probably creeped her the fuck out. Like, I'm just little old me. That would trip me out. If I'm just posting a picture and I see Shaquille O'Neal slide into my DM, I'm going to be like, what? No lie. Even if I'm at work and I post my picture and I see Cardi B over there with tongue emojis on my shit, I'll be like, what the hell is this? You married? What's going on? I think it messed her. She won't even expecting that. She wants to just be left alone from this. And then you got a goofy academic. Oh, she needs to go over the OnlyFans. Leave the girl alone, man. Nobody want to do that goofy shit, man. Shaq ain't got no game. Talk about her other boyfriend, man. Shaq ain't got no game at all, man. Shaq uses his money. He uses money and fame. He's a big trick. That's all about. That's all that's all about. He's a big trick. He uses his fame and status to get the women. I mean, you know, that's what you do. That's what you do. But he tricks. Shoot. He was a little bit too thirsty for me. Some of these niggas be too thirsty, man. Like, y'all need to calm it down, man. Y'all bringing predator vibes out here. Especially this nigga here. Hold on, I'm gonna play the clip for y'all. This nigga here. You need to give this man some thirst. Give him some Sprite. Oh, I'm gonna show him to y'all. Where this nigga at, yo? This nigga was straight thirsting, yo. I'm calling that nigga Thurston Howell the fourth. The way he was thirsting. Shit. Hold on 1 second. I'm gonna find this clip real quick. Then I'm gonna go to bed, y'all. I'm getting sleepy. But this nigga here, he took Thurston to another level, man. Hold on, I'm gonna get the clip right quick. Let me see if I can find it. Hold on 1 second. Hold up, man. Damn. Hold up. I think I got it right here, y'all. Hold on 1 second. Right here. Hold on. This nigga was thirsting right here. Hold on. I'm going to show y'all real quick. Look at this nigga here.
Campbellton Road to be exact. What's happening with it? Oh yeah, I want to smell your pussy. I want to put my face in your pussy. You say suited with the good coochie, you know what I'm saying? You talking about how good that motherfucker smell and all that. We can go to the back and I can come back and
You want to smell my ass?
I might put my tongue down that motherfucker.
Oh my gosh, A1.
But we gonna start with the snippet.
Yo, drown this
You
nigga.
are aggressive.
She love that shit, man. Look at her. She like that old
No,
shit.
I don't.
You love that shit.
No, I mean after like during sex maybe, but you know, that's not.
You know you can tell she playing an image.
Nah, all that shit you talk. Fuck that. You done mentioned Max. I'm here. What's up?
Somebody bless this brother with a thirsty beverage. He thirsting out there. We play it one more time for those who just coming in.
Make that pussy spit. I know it do. I watched you walk in this motherfucker.
So you can tell by my walk?
I can tell by your walk that pussy spit.
Hey, you a country nigga? Where you from?
I'm from Atlanta, Georgia. Campbellton Road to be exact. What's happening with it? Oh yeah, I want to smell your pussy. I want to put my face in your pussy. You say suited with the good coochie, you know what I'm saying? You talking about how good that motherfucker smell and all that.
Yo, this, like, y'all gotta stop that, man. Y'all gotta stop it. Y'all gotta stop it, man. It comes across as too awkward. Ain't nothing wrong being bold with your game, but there's a time and a place for everything. And I can tell also with her. Oh, Stu lost his cool with the drink in his sister. He gonna need some water to quench his thirst for sure. That nigga bad shit. But I'm telling you, you can tell she ain't built like that. That all this that she's talking is just for record sales. Cause you see how timid she got? She's just like a lot of these rappers. Talk all that gang stuff and then get timid when things get real. She's no different. And you can't get mad. You can't play victim because it's like, yo, you built your image off trash. Don't be upset when you draw filth. You can't be mad at that. You can't be mad at that. Like, you built what you build what you are. Westside Connection, do you like criminals? Ice Cube mentioned Elder Barge and put Tupac and Elder Barge pictures. That would just let you know Cube was. I'm gonna check that out, man. But yo, I'm out for the night, y'all. I'm about to give me some rest. It's been fun building with y'all. Big birthday salute to Ice Cube, to Don Mega. Big shout out, birthday shout out to MC Ren. We got one with Tupac. Everybody gonna be celebrating that, bug. But I'm out for the night, y'all. Catch me tomorrow off the cuff radio with me and T Max. We're gonna have West Coast Stone in the building. Gonna be a dope show. Gonna be a dope build. And I'm out, y'all. Peace.